be De Mor's theorem. 1 alpha alpha square so on alpha to the power of n minus 1 with the nth roots of unity, then prove that 1 power p plus alpha power p, alpha square whole power p, alpha cubed whole power p, so on alpha power n minus 1 whole to the power of p is equal to 0 if p is not equal to kn, and is equal to n if p is equal to k. Okay. Nth roots of unity. So let us consider x is equal to 1 to the power of 1 by n. This can be written as 0 whole to the power of 1 by n. This is nothing but cis 2k pi plus 0 by n, where k is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, so on n minus 1. Already k is given. We can consider some other point as in the m, 2m pi, okay, where m is equal to, since m is not given. So this is the formula. So what is the alpha means? 1 is one root. When you put in the 0, 1 is one root. Therefore, 1 is equal to cis 0. That is the roots can be written as. Therefore, alpha is nothing but cis 2 pi by n. Alpha square is cis 2 pi by n whole square. That is 4 pi by n. So this is the value. So let us consider alpha power n is cis 2n pi by n. 2n pi by n is cis 2 pi, nothing but 1 again. Okay, so let us move into the problem. So let us take the first one. From the k is equal to, from the case 1, k p not equal to k, p not equal to k. Consider 1 to the power of p plus alpha power p, alpha square whole to the power of p plus so on, alpha power n minus 1 whole to the power of p. This can be written as 1 power p, alpha power p, alpha power p whole square, so on, alpha power p whole to the power of n minus 1. Since the terms are in GP, sum of the roots is nothing but sum of the roots 1 minus alpha power n, alpha power p whole to the power of n by 1 minus alpha power p. This is nothing but 1 minus alpha power n whole to the power of p. We can write like this also. Mn can be written as n whole to the power of m or m whole to the power of n by 1 minus alpha power p, which is nothing but 1 minus, since alpha power n is 1, this becomes 1 by 1 minus alpha power p, 0 by 1 minus alpha power p, which is equal to 0. So case 1, in case 1 what we can write is, if p is not equal to kn, then LH, this value is nothing but 1 minus alpha power p whole to the power of n by 1 minus alpha power p. Since alpha power n is equal to 1, this becomes 1 power p is 1, 0 by something is 0. Okay, so let us move on to case 2. What is case 2? Case 2 is let k is equal to np. So consider the value 1 power p plus alpha power p whole square. So this is alpha power p whole to the power of n minus 1. Since k is equal to np, p is equal to nk. K is an integer. Therefore, this can be written as 1 plus alpha power nk plus alpha power nk whole square, and then so on alpha power nk whole to the power of n minus 1. This implies 1 plus alpha power n is 1 to the power of k. There is 1 to the power of 2k, so on 1 to the power of k into n minus 1. Since alpha power n is equal to 1, this becomes 1 plus so on n times, isn't it? 1 to n minus 1, so n terms. So n times of 1 is nothing but n times of 1 is equal to n. So when p is equal to nk, where k belongs to natural numbers, then 1 alpha power p whole square alpha power p whole to the power of n minus 1, or 1 plus alpha square whole power p alpha cube whole power p alpha power n minus 1 whole to the power of p. The value is nothing but n. This is the proof of first problem. So first problem is 1 alpha square, so 1 alpha power n minus 1 are the nth roots of unity. Then we have to prove that this is equal to 0 and p is not equal to kn, where k belongs to natural numbers, and is equal to n if p is equal to kn, where k belongs to natural numbers. Okay. Next we move on to second problem. Prove that the sum of 99th powers of roots of the equation, since x power 7 is equal to 1, is 0. Sum of 99th powers of roots of this equation is 0, and hence deduce the value of this. Okay. So x power 7 is equal to 1. So x can be written as 1 to the power of 1 by 7. This is the equation number. Okay. So this is nothing but cis0 whole to the power of 1 by 7. Nothing but cis 2k pi by 7. Where k is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the value. So when you substitute k is equal to 0, x values, roots are roots of x is equal to 1. Well, you consider one as cis 2 pi by 7 as alpha. Next one is alpha square, and so on alpha power 6. Where alpha power 7, since alpha is a root, alpha power 7 is equal to 1. This number. We have to prove that the 99th power of the roots of this equation. Since the roots are this, sum of 99th powers of the roots of this equation. Therefore, sum of 99th powers of roots is equal to 1 power 99, alpha power 99, alpha square whole to the power of 99, so on alpha power 6 whole to the power of 99. Alpha power 99. Therefore, this is nothing but 1 power 1 plus, there is 1 plus, and alpha power 99 can be written as, look here, alpha power 7 is 1. If we take power 14 on both sides, there is alpha power 7 whole power 14 is 98 is equal to 1. So I can consider alpha power 99 as alpha, and then alpha power 99 whole square, and then alpha power 99 whole to the power of 6. Okay, 1 plus alpha plus, this becomes alpha square plus, so on alpha power 6. Sum of the roots is nothing but 1 minus alpha power 7 by 1 minus alpha, isn't it? 1 minus alpha power 7 by alpha. Since they are in GP, sum of the terms in GP, 1 plus r square, so on r to the power of n minus 1 is 1 minus r to the power of n by 1 minus r. Since alpha power 7 is equal to 1, this is 1 minus 1 by 1 minus alpha. 0 by 1 minus alpha is equal to 0. For these are the values of this. Okay. So x power 7 is equal to 1. It contains roots. X power 7 minus 1 is equal to 0. I can write it as x minus 1 into x power 6 plus x power 5 plus x power 4 plus x cube plus x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. X square plus, look here, what we need is hence reduce the roots of this. So what we need is 1 plus x square plus x cube plus x power 4 plus x power 5 plus x power 6 is equal to 1. Roots are. So let us come here. This is the equation. It is from x power 7. The roots of this is, since it has 6 roots, x is equal to 1 is the one root, and the remaining roots lies in x power 6 plus x power 5 plus x power 4 plus x cube plus x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. This will have roots as alpha, x is equal to alpha. When you substitute x is equal to alpha, this implies 1 plus alpha square plus 1 alpha power 6. So we proved already it is equal to 0. Therefore, roots of this equation are alpha, alpha square, alpha cube, and so on, alpha power 6. These are the roots of this equation. Next, we move into next problem. We'll move into if n is a positive integer, prove that p plus iq whole to the power of 1 by n plus p minus iq whole to the power of 1 by n is this very important problem. So let's consider a polar form of p plus iq. Let us consider p plus iq is equal to r cis theta, where r is equal to root of p square plus q square, and theta is equal to tan inverse q by p. Okay. Therefore, this implies p minus iq is nothing but r cis minus theta. R cis minus theta. So what is LHS? LHS is p plus iq whole to the power of 1 by n plus p minus iq whole to the power of 1 by n. Since given it is equal to this, let us consider a root of this value. So p plus iq is r cis theta whole to the power of 1 by n plus r cis minus theta whole to the power of 1 by n. This can be written as r to the power of 1 by n cis theta by n cis theta by n plus r to the power of 1 by n cis minus theta by n. Okay. Is one among the roots. Since it contains n roots, there is a one among the root and the other one is also one among the roots. Okay, so r to the power of 1 by n taken common, there is cos theta by n plus I sin theta by n. Next one is cos theta by n minus I sin theta by n. These two gets cancelled. So r to the power of 1 by n becomes r is nothing but root of p square plus q square, means whole to the power of 1 by 2. So p square plus q square whole to the power of 1 by 2, 1 by n is 1 by 2n. This becomes 2 cos. So I'll write into 2 into cos of tan inverse theta is 1 by n into theta is a tan inverse of q by 2. There is a simple problem, an important problem for 7 marks. Very important problem for 7 marks. Let us move into next problem. Fourth one is fourth problem. 1 plus sin pi by 8 plus I cos pi by 8 whole to the power of 8 by 3. 1 plus sin pi by 8 minus I cos pi by 8 whole to the power of 5. So I write in the what is the pi by 2 minus pi by 8? Is nothing but 3 pi by 8. Pi by 2 minus pi by 8 is 3 pi by 8. Okay, what is 1 plus cos 3 pi by 8? 2 cos square 3 pi by 16. What is 2 sin pi by 8? 2 sin 3 pi by 8. When sin 2 pi by 8, off angle formula, sin 3 pi by 8 off angle formula is 2 sin 3 pi by 16 cos 3 pi by 16, isn't it? So these are the formulas we are going to apply here. Let us take LHS. This pi by 8 can be written as 1 plus cos pi by 2 minus pi by 8. And this is sin pi by 2 minus pi by 8 by 1 plus cos pi by 2 minus pi by 8, and then minus I sine pi by 2 minus pi by 8. I think it's clear. Sin theta can be written as cos of 90 minus theta, and cos theta can be written as sine of 90 minus theta. There is I into, right? 1 plus there is cos 90 minus theta, there is sin 90 minus theta, right? Go for the formula. This becomes 2 cos square. This 3 pi by 8 by 2 is 3 pi by 16 plus I into 2 sin 3 pi by 16 cos 3 pi by 16 by 2 cos square 3 pi by 16, and then minus I 2 sin 3 pi by 16 cos 3 pi by 16. So in it you can common 2 cos 3 pi by 16 and then cancel. Remaining is cis cos 3 pi by 16 plus I sin 3 pi by 16 is 3 sin cis 3 pi by 16. Denominator is cis minus 3 pi by 16 whole to the power of 8 by 3. Okay, so 2 common and cancel. Cos 3 pi by 16, cos 3 pi by 16, cos 3 pi by 16, cos 3 pi by 16. Each cos 3 pi by 16 numerator denominator is cancelled. So we remain with cos 3 pi by 16 plus I sin 3 pi by 16, that is cis 3 pi by 16. Denominator is cis minus 3 pi by 16. Cis alpha by cis beta is the cis of alpha minus beta. So this becomes 3 pi by 16 plus 3 pi by 16. I can write it as 6 pi by 16. 6 pi by 16 whole to the power of 8 by 3. There is 2 3s, 2 8s. So LHS can be written as cis 3 pi by 8 into this can be written as 8 by 3 is 1 root. Is one among the 3 roots, isn't it? No need to write an exam. There's one among the 3 roots. 3, 8 gets cancelled here. So nothing but cis pi. Cis pi is nothing but minus 1. This is the value. Minus 1 is the one among the values of the true values. Since we are requested to prove minus 1, so cis 3 pi by 8 whole to the power of 8 by 3 can be written as cis 3 pi by 8 into 8 by 3. But I can this as n and apply in the n theta de Morse theorem here. Okay. There is a problem number 4. Problem number 5. Question is given like this. Problem number 5 is, so we have to solve x minus 1 whole to the power of n. X minus 1 whole to the power of n is equal to x to the power of n, where n is a positive integer. Where n is a positive integer. X to the power of x minus 1 whole to the power of n. Look here, x minus 1 by x whole to the power of n. Take x to the power of n this side is equal to 1. This can be written as x minus 1 by x is equal to 1 to the power of 1 by n. Okay, divide this 1 minus 1 by x. X by x minus 1 by x. This can be written as cis 0 whole to the power of 1 by n. This can be written as cis 2k pi plus 0 by n. This is 1 minus, no? This can be written as 1 minus cis 2k pi by n is equal to 1 by x, where k is equal to 0 to n minus 1. I'll write it at the end. Okay, so there is 1 by x. So x can be written as this 1 minus cos 2 pi by n, 2k pi by n, minus I sin 2k pi by n is equal to 1 by x. Isn't it? This can be written as x is equal to 1 by total value. I write like this. 1 minus cos theta can be written as 2 sin square 2k pi by n by 2 is k pi by n. If you consider this as theta, 1 minus cos 2a is 2 sin square a, and then minus sin 2a. If you consider this as a, sin 2a is 2 sin k pi by n cos k pi by n. We're taking a 1 by 2 sine k pi by n common. Well, so multiply here with the I square. I taking a minus I 2 sine k pi by n common. What happens? Here I minus I 2 sine k pi by n common. So there is a plus I sine k pi by n remaining. Here minus I 2 sine k pi by n common. We remain with the cos k pi by n. There is 1 by cis theta. So this becomes cis of minus theta. There is a cos k pi by n minus I sine k pi by n by 2 sine k pi by n into 1 by minus I. 1 by minus I. 1 by minus I can be written as I. 1 by minus I can be written as I. Also, I can write minus I here, and next step I can write this. So look here. What here? What is here? Cos k pi by n minus I sin k pi by n by minus I into 2 sin k pi by n. Isn't it? This is the value of x. So what is the 1 by minus I? Nothing but I. So when you divide, x is equal to minus 1 by I becomes plus I into 1 by 2 will be there. Cos by sin becomes cot of k pi by n. Next, when you divide these two things, minus I gets cancelled. We remain with only 1 by 2. So this is the real part, this is imaginary part. Therefore, the roots are for the k is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, so on up to n minus 1. I'm not writing 0 here since cot 0 becomes infinity. So it contains only n minus 1 roots. So for the one among the root does not exist here since it becomes infinite. Okay, these are the roots. For these values, it will have roots. Okay, this is the problem number 5. Go through it. X minus 1 whole to the power of n is equal to x to the power of n. Divide. This becomes 1 minus 1 by x is equal to cis 2k pi by n, nth root of unity. 1 by x becomes like this. 1 minus cis theta is 1 minus cos of minus I sin of is 1 by x. X becomes 1 by 1 minus cos 2a is 2 sin square a, and then sin 2a is 2 sin a cos a. First term I multiplied with the minus I square, it becomes 1. So when you take minus I 2 sin k pi by n common, remaining is cos k pi by n plus I sin k by n. 1 by cos k pi by n plus I sin k by n is cos k pi by n minus I sin k pi by n by minus I 2 sin k pi by n. When you divide with into this, you will get into cot k pi by n into 1 by 2. 1 by minus I becomes plus I. Similarly, second term totally gets cancelled. We remain with 1 by 2. So this value will have roots for k is equal to 0 to n minus 1. So k for the k is equal to 0. For k is equal to 0, cot is infinity. So I am not taking a k here. Okay. So k is equal to 1, 2, 3, so on n minus 1. That's the end of exercise 2. Okay. So learn